convince folks that this is really what's happening and why they have to change out that carpet or paint that room?
I think we have the advantage of market statistics.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And, someone like myself, like I build rapport with people very easily. So I go in, I build rapport, but rapport is not enough to convince them to price their home effectively. So I have to come in with the stats. I have to show the market trends. And it happened in real time just in last year. Last year, I had one property that came on. We got caught in a market shift. Average days on market is 28 days on market. We were approaching 80 something days on market. So the next listing we took in the same neighborhood, we showed them those exact trend lines over the past 3 months. We priced it more effectively. They were reasonable. They said, okay, yes, we understand. We see it because we showed them the numbers. And we went into escrow literally in 3 days, right? Now, this is real life.
Yes.
So it fell out of escrow.
Right.
It fell out of escrow. A week later, it was in escrow again, and we were able to close it. But I mean, that just shows you it went into escrow very quickly each time because we were priced more effectively in front of the
priced
market.
reflecting what was the house like? That specific one, was it ready?
Right.
Was it staged?
It was ready. It was ready. And this one, we call it partial staging.
Okay.
Where we're able to utilize some of the owner's things and then bring in some new accent pieces to freshen it up. There was a single person living there. There wasn't much wear and tear. It was pretty, show ready in general. But staging, as we talk about even in our trainings, how we sell a home and how we live in a home are two different things. So getting it ready for the market was a little bit different.
So in this idea of getting it ready for the market, Lori, tell us about the role that the stager plays early, just really early.
I think the earlier the stager is involved in the marketing process with the realtor, the better the end result will be. Sometimes it's difficult if sellers maybe have to learn the hard way. If they've been on the market for an extended period of time, maybe they turn down the idea of staging initially, but now they've learned that they don't have positive feedback on their home, and what can they do now to fix it? So it's unfortunate sometimes when we do have that kind of a scenario. So it is always better. You have one chance at a first impression. Yeah. So it's always better to come out of the gate strong and put your best product forward to achieve the right result right away.
So how often in your experience, how often do the sellers get it right away versus after what you described?
I think it's improving. I think it is totally a reflection of relationship and that trust.
I think another thing too, this is where reality TV redeems itself as well, right? Because people
Redemption.
They're familiar with staging now because of it as well. So that helps us as well. It helps the cause. And then having someone like Lori who can be that third party voice, because sometimes you have to have good cop, bad cop.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
so when you have someone, you've built the rapport, you've gotten them to your price, and now you have to talk about staging, and it's going to be another blow. I like having that third party voice come in and be able to say, listen, we have to declutter, we have to remove these things, we have to take all these pictures down, we have to do all these things to get ready for the house to appeal to a broader audience of people. And sometimes it's really effective to have that voice come in.
I think it also depends on where they are in their decision-making process. If they have found their next dream home, they're excited about it, and they're ready, then mentally they've detached already from their current residence, and they're ready to let it go. And they're more apt to move forward at a better pace.
Right.
If perhaps there's a negative situation, there could be a breakup of a relationship or an illness, and they don't know where they're going yet, they don't know what's next for them, that's really difficult. And there's a lot of resistance at that point, and sometimes it's much harder to get the buy-in from them and to get the process moving.